c'est marrant parce que des fois quand on parle de santé mentale, on voit tout de suite la folie. Est-ce qu'il y a des gens qui ont été dépressifs ici? Have you been depressed? Any depressed people here? Physical violence, self-abuse, that's true. That's how you handle depression?
You do it?
You might be more depressed though.
No, when you are depressed, you don't even know nothing about
That you're supported. Love, okay, love. Love is good. I like that. What else? What else? Drinking? That's the most common one, man. What happens if you're talking to yourself in the mirror and somebody walks in?
You're crazy. No, that's actually it. Yeah, it's true. That's my therapy.
Right.
It's a therapy and it has worked.
Okay.
And it works.
So you talk to yourself. That's definitely crazy. I mean, that's you talking to yourself like, damn, bro. Yeah.
So at that point now, what comes out from your mouth, trust me, somebody actually comes and stand. The person will say this girl has gone mentally deranged, girl. Nobody needs to eat chocolate. They don't
Eat chocolate.
eat chocolate there.
Yeah.
But when you get to that place where all things really do,
Yeah.
that's crazy. You're diagnosing you're crazy.
Right.
But because we are reading books that describe, this with all other words from different societies, we don't know what it is. But it's easier for me to tell my friend that all things do me than to tell my friend that I'm depressed.
Right.
So maybe if we
So
start
the word
looking
depression actually is something
depression
people shy
is
away
many
from.
things. Depression is all things do me. I don't get confused. I feel crazy. But if we want to stick to depression, we may not see how many depressed people we have. So how about we call it what we are familiar with?
Right.
How about we call it with a name that we know? Then we can diagnose it if we use our own standards and our own measurements.
All right.
Ajodea.
Est-ce que c'est possible de se faire un diagnostic propre soi-même? Est-ce que des fois un gars se dit je suis malade, ou les gens par exemple qui ont recours à la drogue ou ce qui était d'ailleurs mon cas pendant un moment, ou l'alcool ou la violence physique même. Est-ce qu'à un moment est-ce qu'il y a une possibilité de se dire oui je suis malade et accepter, parce que ce que tu peux considérer comme malade ou comme instable peut-être n'est pas pour quelqu'un d'autre.
Ouais, je pense que c'est possible d'arriver à là, mais pas tout seul quoi. C'est-à-dire tout va toujours dans le déclic. Donc il faut vraiment qu'il y ait un déclic et ça peut venir le déclic peut venir que d'ailleurs quoi. Ça veut dire si par rapport à ton mal tu restes dans ta bulle, si quelqu'un peut-être qui est violent, il reste dans son gang, il n'y aura jamais ce déclic là. Mais peut-être le jour il va trouver une fille où ça sera dans un autre monde qui va le faire changer et tout. Et pareil, donc le mec qui peut-être sera un peu aura d'autres problèmes, genre s'il a un problème en famille, c'est pas en restant dans la famille qu'il va forcément trouver le déclic. Toujours venir dans seeking help.
All right, yeah. And about the diagnosis of mental health, you see somebody say, I need help. They are no longer, let's grade every mental health disorder, say 1 to 10. Before you hear somebody says, I need help, they're probably at about 5.
Yeah.
Now, why doesn't anybody know when they are at 1? Because it's very subtle. So mental health is not a fixed line, it's a spectrum.
Right.
So we're talking about depression throughout, and you're focusing about anxiety. Anxiety is one of those disorders, and it has a whole lot spectrum of its own. And then there are lots and lots more, and there are others who have not been qualified now, that will be classified in 10 years' time, but we feel them deep within ourselves and we fight our battles on our own. I think that the very first thing that we would need is, if we're talking about mental health, for anybody to even start thinking about self-diagnosing or anything like that, first of all, our society needs to know what it is.
Right.
Because someone thinks that them being anxious every time is a proof that they're living a happy life. But actually, having a disorder doesn't permit you to be effective.
Yeah.
The excess of everything puts you down. Like, I would take, for example, some of us who are from NOSO, we've seen some things that we wouldn't want to accept that have broken a piece of us. But then you are in it, and then you try to look, oh, is it depression? No. Is it anxiety? No. So where are you? The doctors are still searching. So I think we have a long way to
go. I think trauma is part of it as well. People are traumatized. We all have an experience with mental health, with mental issues, and if you're dealt with IDPs, you see some fucked up people, man. You see some people that have gone through shit. People that have really gone through stuff. 2 years ago, I lost a cousin of mine, a little cousin of mine. He was 23 years old. He was shot in Bamenda, and it's funny. Well, it's not funny, but it's weird because they shot him and kept his body for like 4 days, and the trauma of that experience was really deep for me. His mom didn't get to see him. His mom didn't get to even bury him. It hurts, you know. It hurts when you lose a person in that manner. And what I think is actually special about what's happening in the No Soul is that the people that are dealing with the broken people end up even more broken than the people themselves. 8 people, there are about 4 that have witnessed somebody from their family die. I'm not talking Rwanda. This is not genocide. This is happening now. So at the same time, the thing that stops us at times from reacting is it took me 10 years to make peace with myself and to accept that I had a problem that I was handling differently. Why? Because as you say, the society says you can't say that. You can't say you're depressive. Parents hide their kids that are autistic when their friends come around. If you're a kid that has mental issues or that has anxiety problems, you're that kid that doesn't have to be there when people are visiting, because you might disgrace the family, you might say something stupid, or you might do something, or you might react to something, which is just how you react to stuff. And to me, that's one of the things that have broken, you know, this generation, that the black society has refused to accept that the men can be broken. They have refused to accept that we as black people, we need therapy. You see, my name was saying something earlier on which was very interesting. The psychiatrist, what they call a shrink, right? So you pay a guy to listen to you, right? When you can have somebody at home to listen to you, that you don't have to pay. That's the fucked up thing. They found a job for a guy that is paid to listen to you. His job is to listen to you. He doesn't have any solutions for you. His job is like, I'm gonna sit down here and listen to you tell me how fucked up you are and how destroyed you are. After that, you're gonna pay $200. But guess what? At home, what if you had a shrink at home? What if your sister was your shrink? What if your dad was your shrink? What if an uncle that lived with you was the person that said, you know what? Talk to me. But we are scared of talking because we're gonna be judged. They're gonna call him crazy. Look at that crazy kid. He's crazy. He's cuckoo. You know, people whisper that, oh, he's kind of special. You know.
And I just want to thank Tito for the theme of mental health. And when Wayne was reading his point about meeting a psychiatrist and, you know, having to pay for consultations, I just want to use this opportunity to thank the friends we have, that we get to talk to them for hours, and sometimes we pay nothing. So thanks to all the friends who listen to us for free. You're lifesavers. And if you have a friend here with you who listens to all your crazy for free, can you just turn to them and say thank you, like you mean it? These guys are not out here with their friends.
They came along, their friends might think they're crazy. So they shut them along.
Alright, but if you're watching this video, think about it. There are many people who pay a lot of money just to have others listen to what they're dealing with. And if you're blessed to have a family or friend, you know, who listens to you, that's not something to take for granted. I'm here with my friend Mande Basame Swap Queen. She was just telling me I need to pay.
True story.
For all the things I get to tell her. Well, so I'll keep this short. This is an excerpt of an article published by the Vanguard Africa, Burden of Untold Stories in Cameroon. I'll get to the last 3 paragraphs that explains how exhausted I was trying to find the words to write a story that took me over 6 months.
I was once a drug abuser, and because I have that, I was very curious when I was in my 20s. So I tried almost everything I could find, and I was lucky enough to beat depression. Because how do you beat depression? How do you beat self depreciation? How do you build discontentment? How do you build the WhatsApp, the 2 blue ticks WhatsApp tick? How do you beat depression? I beat depression by writing about depression. And writing is my therapy. And I used to write very dark stuff.
They're crazy about it. I think people come because we have found a way to let people express themselves, be themselves without holding back, without judgment. What I love about Night of Voices is the fact that it's an open mic session, so we keep it open for people who want to perform, that feel like performing when they want to perform. It's a place where people speak from their heart, from their experiences. And it's to me, like I always say, poetry is my therapy, and I'm not the only person that uses poetry as their therapy. So I think that's why it's such an interesting concept, because people come, speak, they have a voice, they found a microphone, so it's lovely. I like that.
Thank you very much. Hey guys, we are here with Tito Valerie. He is the brain behind all what we are doing today. Okay, Eleno, actually this initiative is something that so many people applaud. I would like to get from you actually, what do you take home from this? Tell me.
Given the team, actually, mental health is a real problem that we face in Cameroon, in particular Africa as a whole. A problem that we Black Africans refuse to accept. But it's a really powerful message because I've really learned a lot. I've heard a lot of what many other people have shared, and it really touched me in a big way. It's a powerful message, and let me just say, big thumbs up to all what's happening. From here you get your healing.
Thumbs up to Tito Valerie. From here you get your healing. That's what she says. Thank you very much for coming tonight. And this is the 16th episode. Keep coming. Hey guys, this is Metuge Alain. He is with us.
Actually, I came here thinking that I came to support a friend, but it turned out I came here for myself. Because when it comes to mental health, I feel like I'm the most broken of them all. So, I want to thank Tito and every other one of you who are doing this thing. I wish we could have this not far from where the fight is fought, but down there in Ganzuru where we fight the real battles every day. If you like Dr. Blaney said, the things we carry, the things we hear, the things that people suffer, really break us down. And when you have a place like this where you could really share your pain, in essence your pain, because we have very pain for people what you carry in them. Bring down to us. Bring down to us. I've never felt this heavy. I've been a humanitarian for 4 years. But coming here, I discovered that I've been carrying so much pain, not my pain, but that of others.
Yeah, I hope you heard what he said. Sometimes you carry pain on you which is not yours. But it's pain that you've witnessed, you've seen from others. So that's why he just explained. We thank Tito Valerie for this initiative actually, because this makes people come out and express what they have inside of them, and then we share this and we get to create this awareness for people to know actually that this exists and we can control it.